There's a strange silence in the world right now. We talk about everything: technology, success, trends, politics, but rarely do we talk about men. And when we do, it's often criticism, stereotypes, or expectations that feel impossible to meet. But today I want to say something simple, honest, and necessary. Society needs men. It always has. And it always will. Not men who are perfect. Not men who never struggle. Not men who pretend to be unbreakable. But real men. The kind who try, who build, who grow, who show up even when their hands are shaking today. I want to talk to you about your role, your value, your purpose, and the quiet power you carry that you may not even see. So take a breath, let the noise fade for a moment, and let's talk, man to man or person to man, about why you matter more than you know. 1. Men are the quiet foundation of society. If you look at history, you'll notice something interesting. Men have always been the invisible architecture behind civilization roads. Bridges, farms, buildings, shipyards, defenses, tools. Most of it was built with calloused hands, tired backs, and silent dedication. But here's the part society forgets. It wasn't just physical strength, it was responsibility. Men stepped into roles not because they were easy, but because they were needed. And today, we still rely on that same backbone. Men who wake up early, work long hours, protect their families, repair what's broken, fix what needs fixing, discipline themselves, and carry the weight so others can rest. You might think it goes unnoticed, but trust me, the world stands because men stand. 2. Men provide stability. Even when life is chaotic. I once heard a story about a father who worked 3 jobs. Every night he would come home past midnight, exhausted, barely able to keep his eyes open. His kids never saw him break. They just knew, Dad is here. Dad will always show up. That sense of stability, that silent reliability, that's something men give to the world without announcing it. You might not realize it, but your consistency, your willingness to show up even when you don't want to, creates safety for everyone around you. Men often underestimate how powerful their presence is. Not their muscles, not their career, not their bank account, their presence. A calm man in a chaotic room, it changes everything. 3. Men push society forward with discipline and vision. Every great invention, every innovative leap, every bold risk. Somewhere behind it was a man who dared to think differently. Men have a natural instinct to build, fix, improve, and conquer challenges. You see it in boys stacking stones. You see it in young men tinkering with engines. You see it in grown men designing skyscrapers. That drive to create order from chaos, to bring structure to uncertainty, to improve life for the next generation. It's part of what makes men essential. And if you've ever felt like your ambition is too much, or your dreams are unrealistic, let me remind you, progress has always come from people who were told their vision was impossible. 4. Men teach strength. Not the loud kind, but the life kind. There are 2 types of strength. The kind the world sees. Muscles, toughness, confidence, and the kind nobody sees. The man who wakes up early even when he's depressed. The man who goes to work even when life feels heavy. The man who stays calm so others don't fall apart. The man who puts others first even when he's tired inside. This is the strength men pass down through generations, not through lectures, but through example. And even if no one thanks you, even if no one notices, that strength shapes the future. 5. Men protect what matters. Quietly, naturally, instinctively. You don't have to be a soldier to be a protector. You don't need a uniform or a badge if you've ever stood between danger and someone you care about, if you've ever guided someone younger, if you've ever stopped something from falling apart. You've served one of humanity's oldest roles. Protection isn't about violence. It's about care. It's about responsibility. It's about looking at the world and saying, I will do my part to keep the people I love safe. And that is priceless. 6. Men are needed. Even if society doesn't always say it. Here's the truth. The world may not always appreciate men out loud. It may criticize before it praises. It may blame before it understands. But look around. Look at every system that works, every structure that stands, every family that holds together, every business that survives, every community that feels safe. Behind so much of that are men who quietly keep the gears turning. You may not hear it enough, so let me say it clear. You are needed, you are valued, you matter. 7. Your time, your purpose, your legacy. Life is short, and men often get so busy carrying the world on their shoulders that they forget to reflect on their own direction. So I want to leave you with this. Slow down for a moment. Look at your life. Ask yourself, what kind of man do I want to be remembered as? Not the richest, not the strongest, not the toughest, but the man who made a difference, the man who lifted others, the man who built something meaningful, the man who mastered himself, the man who lived with intention. Because society doesn't just need men. Society needs good men, men who lead with strength and wisdom, men who walk with purpose, courage, and clarity. And that man can be you. It starts with reflection, it grows with discipline, and it lives on as your legacy. You are more important to this world than you know. If you enjoyed today's conversation, make sure to like, subscribe, and share this video with a man who might need to hear this. Thank you for watching.